going on, everybody? Nido17 here, and it has been a minute, but I am back with a new video. So first of all, I want to give a shout out to one of my boys here, one of my followers. Let me see where his notification was. So my boy here was kind enough, it's in my notifications. My boy here was kind enough. What the hell's his name? Let's go Lucario. Let's go Lucario. I want to appreciate you for giving me a Poipole, shiny Poipole code card so I can use it in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. I'm currently playing through it just for fun, and I asked if anyone had a code, and he more than happily gave me a new code, which was awesome. So shout out to you, my dude. But anyway, so we got some new Let's Go information today. It's a trailer, but it's really a trailer summarizing like all of what has been put together for Pokemon Let's Go. This kind of makes me feel like it may be a culmination of all of the news that's going to be available prior to release. Now we will get some more information, I believe. Unfortunately, probably about Meltan. I don't want that information. I want it to be left right where it's at. We have a silhouette of Meltan's evolution, and I didn't cover that because there's really not much material there. Like, we got a silhouette. Okay, we knew it was going to be something more. That's all we have. We don't have any really groundbreaking info, so I didn't find a reason or see a reason to make a video on it. But yeah, so this may be really the summary of what we get, aside from maybe something the first week in November, and then the game is out. Guys, if you look at my countdown here, we are 30 days away as of 9 hours ago. Okay, 30 days away. This is unreal. I remember reacting to the trailer with you guys and being like, holy crap, at the end of May, like seeing the graphics and seeing everything going through, making all these different videos and stuff, and now we're finally almost here. And we actually got some much bigger news in this trailer, which I'm going to get into here in a minute. I kind of want to break this trailer down if I'm able to. You know, that's one thing I may not be able to. I shouldn't get copyrighted as long as I pause it in between. I should be okay if I do that. If not, the video is going to get hit and then I got to re-record. But I should be okay. So if you're looking at the trailer here, so this is just the opening of him picking his Pokemon. Pikachu pops out. We see Pallet Town here. Little hint, not in red and blue. Bada boom, bada bing. Nothing really groundbreaking there. Alolan Marowak is following him in Cerulean City, which is pretty interesting. I mean, it could be post-game, but we don't know yet really how we're going to encounter the Alolan forms. We assume we'll just transfer them over from Let's Go. I know that's a known method at this time, but we don't have, like, are we going to see them in the wild? I think Masuda actually may have said no to that. Correct me if I'm wrong, let me know in the comment section. But this is Cerulean City, because of all the blue roofs. We've confirmed that Cerulean City has these and they're scaly. And then you have the pathway here and the unknown dungeon. So as you can see here, the trainer's got blonde hair. So trainer customization, whether it's in the beginning or not, is something we've kind of known about, but really just the clothes, not so much the skin tone and the hair. So that's going to be an aspect in the games, which is pretty cool. And then you can see here the skin tone with the black character. I think this is Celadon City. Yeah, this is Celadon City. I still want to know where this is. Where is this at? See, there's like a window and stuff. Like, I don't know, man. And then there's just like this plain wall. It makes me feel like it's the Pokemon Mansion. I don't know. I talked about this in a video I made a while ago. Pikachu congratulating here. E-boy. I freaking love Eevee's cry, dude. Whoa! I did not notice that. Look at Staryu. Look how he follows you. That's so cool. He's like spinning. That's so dope. Whoa. What is this? Is this the... Huh. Where is this? The trainers just got like their Pokemon out here chilling? Huh. Have we seen that before? Interesting. Has anyone talked about this? I don't know. Maybe I'm bugging out. Maybe this isn't anything. I must be missing something here. Eevee running up to you on the head. So there was a concern about Eevee. Like, I guess there's really only been mostly footage of the female protagonist with Eevee and the male protagonist with Pikachu. I guess it's just been advertised that way, probably because of the red and green aspect, right? Green had Eevee and Red had Pikachu, essentially, in the original game. So I kind of think that's what they were alluding to and why that's so often. But they do have footage of the female character with a Pikachu and vice versa. So, see, here it is again. It's like this destroyed, or not destroyed, but it's like this unorganized building that has no meaning. The characters are excited about something. I really want to know what this place is. This is really cool. And kind of a troll at the same time. So these guys are playing Let's Go Pikachu. Obviously, Pikachu's there. And then they have the two evolutions, which is really cool. This is Fuchsia City. We have a Vulpix and a Growlithe up there. Nothing, an item over here. Nothing really crazy. Chansey and Growlithe running around. I wonder if this is like a little event. Maybe they run up to you when you enter the city. That'd be really cool. And am I recording? I am. Sweet. You guys know I'm paranoid. Alright. Let's keep it up. So here we had some Pokemon in the overworld, which is really cool. Or it's just Arcanine, yeah. Like in the water and stuff, which is dope. Flying Dragonite. So there's another trainer with a Wartortle. So I wonder if when you battle trainers, they just got like their main Pokemon chilling with them. That's pretty cool. If that's the case, there's an item over there. Flying Dragonite is so dope. Now, can trainers still battle you while you're on your flying Pokemon or your ride Pokemon? That's something that's interesting. New mini game, running in the Bulbasaur and then catching it. Goldeen. Haunter had a really red circle. That's interesting. Haunter's not anything special. Damn, that was a good toss. Bada bing. Let's go. Pikachu fixing to jack up this Fearow. I like Fearow's color. Fearow actually looks really good. They did a good job on that model. Sorry, the fisherman. Look at him! Look at my boy! Oh my god, dude, Nidoking looks so good. I love the coloring they did with him too. Like he is not playing any games. It looks like here he's using Horn Drill, which is super dope because that's one of his OG moves. Look at him. We've real done. Oh, that was a Alolan Raichu. I didn't notice that before. Pidgeot using Air Cutter. Double Team and Fearow. Electrode and Gengar seems to be the squad. And Jesse and James are going to throw out their Pokemon. Brock Gym Battle, Misty Gym Battle, Lieutenant Surge, Erica, and it stops at Erica, which is interesting. I don't know if they just want to save the last 4 gym leaders or if there's something to be had there. Maybe the 5th gym leader isn't Koga. Yeah, I'll see. I don't know what to see. Now here we got Moltres circling the protagonist, which is super cool. Zapdos is just pissed as hell, like, get me out of here. And Articuno's like, I'm Majestic, deal with it. Moltres is just kind of pissed. Then we have the Mega Evolutions, and that's pretty much it for this trailer. So nothing really groundbreaking, like I said, just a recap. And then over here is where the news gets a little bit more interesting. So Joe Merrick had just tweeted out the trailer, so that's all that is. So I actually want to start with a timeline. Okay, so this morning I got this from Nintendo Everything, which basically said, Masuda says, Let's Go co-op makes the game easier, but tough trainers await in the post-game. And what this was alluding to was, there's actually a quote here, there's no getting around it, it's going to be an easier experience if you're playing with another person cooperatively. There are some difficult trainer battles later in the game, so kids may have trouble in the game, so they want to ask for help. There are a lot of benefits that cooperative play adds to the difficulty factor. So the fact to me, now, difficulty the Pokemon Company is and Game Freak is different from what we consider difficult, but I feel like they inputted the cooperative mode in there for the sole fact that I think kids are going to get stuck, which isn't saying a lot because I think they're talking about like 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old kids, which are a lot smarter than people think this day and age with technology, but there could be some frustrations, and that kind of like makes me believe that these trainers that they're talking about are going to be pretty well challenging, which is pretty cool. It says a good portion of the more difficult stuff is in the post game. There's ways to strengthen your Pokemon, and the reason you want to do that is you take on these master trainers, these really powerful trainers that you encounter after the main story. So the interesting part here is not just the master trainers, but it's also the fact that there's ways to strengthen your Pokemon. So he's alluding to a different aspect or a different way to strengthen your Pokemon. We know about catching to gain experience. We know about battling to get experience. We know about the candies to get experience. But what is the alternate way? What is he talking about here? Which is pretty cool. So it seems like there's going to be some type of battle system in the post game that's going to allow you to level up. So then that way, people who are having trouble can contest with these master trainers. Now, we were able to elaborate on that later on in the day, which I will get that quote here in a second. Let me see. I thought I posted the link. Let me see. Oh, I think it was in a thread. Yeah, so Joe Merrick said here, the quote from IGN is a good thing people keep missing. Personally, I had a desire to have the current generation. No, we already know about that. Let's just go on Cerebi. I'll just look at it on there. I know Vandal posted it too. Vandal's a Spanish website or a Spanish news outlet that covers things like this. So let me go on Joe's website really quick and I can show you guys what we're talking about here. I just need the link, man. I just need the link. Okay, yeah. The Spanish site Vandal, which is what I just mentioned, elaborates on the further and states that there are 151 master trainers, one for each of the original Pokemon. Each of these will focus on the species of Pokemon at a high level, so you have to defeat them all. So if you find the Squirtle Master Trainer, you will defeat him and gain the title of like Squirtle Master or whatever. Now, the questions I think a lot of us have about this is, will you be fighting one Squirtle? Will you be fighting 6 Squirtles with all different movesets and different levels? Will you be fighting the Squirtle line, Squirtle, Wartortle, and Blastoise? Because if it's by species, technically wouldn't that include Wartortle and Blastoise as well? I'd find it a little underwhelming to fight like just a Squirtle, because even a level 100 Squirtle can get OHKO'd by Thunder, especially by a Pikachu with boosted base stats. So a level 70 Pikachu could one-shot a level 100 Squirtle with Thunder, especially this Pikachu. So it kind of begs an interesting question. Now, if there's 151 separate trainers with one Pokemon of each, that would mean there are 3 legendary birds, a Mewtwo, and a Mew out there as well, which to me is kind of weird because there's not really, canonically speaking, well, no, actually in the anime, or was that the movie? I can't remember. There was a baby Lugia, but nonetheless, it's very odd to have like 2 Moltres be known. Like they're legendary, so it's really just like they're legendary because there's one of each. That's a different debate I know people are probably gonna have, but especially with Mew being a mythical, one Mew, like that's all we know of. So I don't know. I'd find it a little odd and off-putting to fight somebody who has a Mew. Just, I don't know. It's kind of weird. But it is a really cool post-game aspect. I think it's something I would definitely enjoy. I'd love going around fighting all these. Let me fight the Nidoking Master Trainer, dog. I will show you what it's like to have an OG Nidoking, because mine's gonna be shiny. I'm going there. I am gonna get me a shiny Nidoking in this damn game. Whether I gotta sit here and do it for hours on end, I will do it. I don't give a damn. So that's really the biggest news that came out of today. Let me see if there's anything else. I don't think that there is in terms of actual news today. Well, we did actually get some quotes, yeah. So PLD HNet, he's or she is awesome when it comes to letting us know about certain news. So they kind of touched on Lavender Town. So Nibbana is the lead designer for the Pokemon Let's Go games, and they asked him a question. It definitely leaves a strong impression seeing how different some very famous scenes from the old game are in Let's Go, such as the first time you come into the SSN and see how much more majestic it looks. For some areas like Lavender Town, which was very creepy in the original games, how did you go about expressing that in Let's Go? And then Nibbana said Lavender Town is definitely one that I don't want to talk too much about and have you discover for yourself, but I definitely have the same impression as you. It's kind of this creepy, unsettling place. So I initially approached it with that in mind and designed it to make it look like it would give that impression. But that wasn't enough for Mr. Masuda. He was like, you got to make it feel even creepier. And then he gave me a lot of specific directions to do that. So I think it'll be fun to see what it looks like. Now, the crazy thing about that is they want us to discover it for ourselves, which is awesome. Like, I don't want to see anything. And I think there's a reason why we haven't seen a trailer for it. So you can kind of use that to say, well, they're probably not going to reveal Lavender Town prior to Let's Go, like the town. We've seen Haunter in the freaking grave place in the Lavender Tower. We've seen that already. I already got blasted by somebody on YouTube because that was shown before, and that's Lavender Town. whatever. And then we have Masuda here with another one. I don't think they had the question here. He says, let me see if he, informative interview on GameSpot with Masuda and Let's Go Pikachu's lead environment designer. Yeah, so they actually just touched on Meltan. We definitely plan to debut it in Pokemon Go from the very beginning. So when Go came out, they had Meltan's design in mind, and they wanted to full on release it in Go. They just found a way to incorporate it with Let's Go. They wanted to debut a Pokemon. We worked on Niantic to figure that out. I'm working on the development of Go since the beginning as well, so I've always had it in mind, but the design that was done internally at Game Freak. I have some specific setting directions to one of our designers who was also a fan of the original games and played them as a kid, so he had a really good idea of what I was looking for based on this kind of very simple Metal Net design. And he's right, the Gen 1 designs are very basic. There's nothing eye-popping about them, there's nothing crazy. For the most part, are very simple designs. A freaking palm tree with coconuts on it, Executor. You have Charmander, Fire Lizard, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, etc. The designs are very basic compared to some of the more modern designs, which is what Masuda actually touched on later down here. You know, they were more kind of basic back then compared to some of the more modern designs. He worked on that, and then once it was finished, we gave all the assets and everything to Niantic. We planned on the event and had them execute on that, and it worked out. So whether it was by accident or not, Masuda said it was planned all along. Nonetheless, it was still really cool. So that's really all I got today, guys. That's all the news that happened today. Shout out to you all on Twitter. I got to 500 followers a few days ago, and I'm super pumped about that. If we can get to 1,000 soon, that would be dope. But I just appreciate all your guys' support. Please be sure to follow me on Twitter. I'm very active on there. I get all of my news and information out there, my ideas and things like that. My general ideas for Pokemon Let's Go moving forward, it's really based upon the fact that I think they're leaving us a lot to find out for ourselves, which is really good. Some could argue that the marketing has been lackluster, and to me that doesn't mean that there's not anything in the game. It means that they want us to figure out some things for ourselves for once, which is really cool. But we're still early. It's 15th October. Let's see what happens leading up. We got about 30 days if you're picking up the game up at midnight on the 15th of November. So let's see what happens. But like I said, moving forward, unfortunately, I do expect to see Meltan's evolution. But I hope we don't see much more than that. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe to me on YouTube. Go ahead and hit that button, that like button down below. Follow me on Twitter, King Nito, and join my Discord. I do have a Discord. I'll post the link on Twitter so that way, and in the description below, so you guys can go ahead and join that, and we can talk about some Pokemon information. So thank you guys very much for watching. Nito17, I'm out this bitch. Have a good rest of your evening. Deuces.